Thank you, Devin. Dear friends, good evening. Our common interest in good government is what brings us together tonight, and I commend you for being here in your efforts to be informed citizens. I'm delighted to introduce myself as Alan Johnson, an excellent candidate for Southwest District Aberdeen City Council. You know, Mother's Day is approaching, and I'm reminded of a story of a young man who visited a pet store to purchase a gift for his mom. He decided to buy her a rare breed of parrot, known for its ability to speak several languages. He paid the clerk $500 and arranged to have the bird delivered. 2 weeks later, he called his mom. "How's that bird I got you?" "Oh," she replied, "it was delicious." The son can't believe his ears. "You ate the parrot?" "What? That bird cost me $500 and could speak 6 languages." "Well," she replied, "you should have said something." And this evening I feel a little bit like that I should say something. So here's a quick snapshot. I grew up in Southern California in a family of 11 children. Surrounded by 10 siblings, I learned very early to appreciate the positive effects of hard work and cooperation with others. My mother was a very talented musician. My father was a school administrator, so planted in my DNA is an appreciation for education, learning, and the arts. My wife is an Aberdeen girl. We met while attending college at BYU in the 1980s. This August, we celebrate our 35th wedding anniversary. We moved to Aberdeen 33 years ago and are the parents of 5 children, grandparents of 2. We're about to become empty nesters. Some of you know what that feels like. Our our youngest daughter, Hannah, actually works here part-time at the library and also played the role of Belle in the Central High School Beauty and the Beast this past weekend. For 22 years, I've been a marketing executive in the hotel industry, and for 10 years before that, I was advertising manager at the American News. As a father of 5, I have a strong enthusiasm for Aberdeen. This is a great place to work, to live, to play, and to enjoy life. We're blessed with clean air, good schools, great sports teams, safe streets, friendly neighbors. And this love for community is what animates me. I'm running for office to help ensure that this future remains bright for Aberdeen. I want it to remain a first-class place that my children and grandchildren will be tempted to come back to and want to come back to, not only to visit, but to live. I have a good friend who sits next to me in church every Sunday, and he tells me, "AJ, the best predictor of someone's future behavior is their past behavior. Look to the past to see how someone will act in the future." And I think what he says is generally true. So you're all asking yourselves at this moment, well, what has Alan done in the past to deserve my vote today? And I'm glad you asked. Since moving here 33 years ago, I've served in a wide array of volunteer positions with the Chamber, church congregations, schools, youth sports, and the Boy Scouts of America. And so through these activities, I've gained the respect and trust of city leaders, local business owners, and many of you as well, as neighbors and friends. And so in 2013, you elected me. Now 5 years later, I'm the same guy, only better. This time, there are 2 names on the ballot. The good news is I have a 20-year head start on the other candidate in leadership experience, familiarity with the task at hand, building friendships with key players, and service to community. Recent city issues I've strongly supported include the construction of this awesome library, adding to our existing network of bike paths, controlling the pigeon population, keeping the federal courthouse in Aberdeen, revitalizing downtown. And along the way, it's the usual day-to-day activities of assisting with concerns about aggressive dogs, deer causing landscape damage, Melgard Park development, boulevard trees, and crafting an ordinance that allows families to have home-based chicken coops if they choose. And the council discussion on that topic and that ordinance truly was enlightening. I do support a common sense approach to spending, and I'm dialed in particularly on issues related to recent increases in crime and drug abuse, and fostering economic development so that we maintain our robust economy. To learn more about my priorities, you can visit my website, which is allenforaberdeen.com. Aberdeen expects its elected officials to be team players who research issues and find good solutions. And these are qualities that I bring to the table. And they're what good government really is all about. That's listening to people and finding the best options to solve problems. In this Southwest race, I firmly believe it's important to stick with an experienced candidate, whether it's crunch time in an NBA playoff game or in a national tournament as NSU recently was. Experience does count. That's when you need veteran players on the floor to get the job done. My story is one of trusted leadership for many years, and I'm well prepared to get the job done for the next 5. In closing, my friends, twice in recent memory, city elections were decided by a single vote. Each vote, your vote, mine, truly matter. And I would be deeply honored to serve you again on the City Council. I'm Alan Johnson, and I approve this message.